Hey everyone, so right off the bat, sorry if there's background noise. Second of all, however you want to say it, I'll be in the chat when this is premiering. If I remember to, I don't know, I wouldn't remember to be on my own stream, or not stream, premiere. So if you want to ask me anything, I should be in the chat. You can at me, really press at and start typing out the D train, and hopefully I'll be able to respond to any questions that you ask me, as long as they're appropriate questions. So if you were here when the stream started, I'm reviewing Batman Black and White #1. If you can hear this, got the issue right in front of me. So there are five, right? Yeah, I believe five. Wait, sorry, I can't count. Yeah, okay, five stories in here. There's a Demon's Fist, something called Wait, Metamorphosis, Sisyphus, I don't know how to pronounce that, and then First Flight. Okay, that must be out of order, because I remember First Flight was like the third issue in here. So, or it's not third issue, sorry, third story in here. So this is just a bunch, it's an Anthology series. This is only issue 1, but it contains 5 short stories. Issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, and issue 6. Only 6 issues. They're all going to be like that. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna go over the preview that DC put out on their website. So let's roll that clip. So here we go. I'm gonna just show you the preview, and it's all the authors. Here we go. So you can read it to yourself. And this is only it's all in issue 1, but there's only it's not only, sorry, there's multiple stories within issue 1. So at any time you just pause the video, go back and pause the video if you want to read this. I'm just going to kind of fly through it quickly. This panel, man, there's something about this panel that really bugs me, and you might see what it is. Where's Batman's cape? He has, hold on, let me... Oh, they don't show you, but he has a cape in later panels. So oops, sorry. I don't know what happened there. I should have zoomed in on the panels. There we go. Like, you might say it's a white smoke coming up, but I think, yeah, that's just smoke, I think. So it's really weird looking. So I really like Tradd Moore, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I like his art. There weren't really any artists, sorry, that I didn't like here. So as you can see there, sorry, I had some other stuff to say, but background noise once again. So sorry about that. But yeah, so it's issue 1 is pretty good. Basically, just an overview. It might be my favorite. The art, again, the art isn't really bad in any of them. I'll just link through it. Yeah, so it's really cool. It's told Batman doesn't speak a single word in this. It's entirely the captions of the League of Assassins. Assassin. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, again, I'm looking at the later panels. Batman has a cape, so that's weird. But so overall, this off to a good start. Next up, we have a pretty interesting issue. So it says Gotham, Purveyor of Fine Book Services, by J.H. Williams III, Todd Klein, I think that's how you pronounce that, and Andy, I don't want to butcher his last name, so, but those are the people working on it. So is Gotham Purveyor of Fine Book Services? Is that the title of it? Or is this Sisyphus or Metamorphosis or Wait? Or, cause I thought maybe, no, it's Wait. Yeah, looking at the authors. Okay, so this is called Wait, this issue. Story. I keep saying issue. And it's probably the most interesting out of the bunch. It's Batman's talking about this new enemy in Gotham, and it's very confusing. I didn't quite get it until I was done reading it, and he's showing a hospital, and there's like this one montage of like everything Joker's done. So he's like the death of Jason Todd, him crippling Batgirl, a scene from Death of the Family, and throughout the whole thing, you're kind of seeing these balls with spikes on the ends. And on the final page, he's putting on a gas mask. So I think we can all see what this issue is. And he's talking about. The last page is really cool. It says, "And I'll be here to greet them." Them is, or maybe I should read stuff for that. I salute them, and wait, who's he talking to? Yeah, because this new enemy can't be put down with a fist or a boot. This time it's others who fight for us in ways I cannot. I salute them and I wait. Something else will come. It's inevitable. The villains I know that I've faced endlessly year after year, they'll use this. They'll plot. It's just a matter of time. It always is. And I'll be there to greet them. Now we're on the last page. And I'll be there to greet them. Stop them from adding to Gotham's misery. No matter how old and tired I am, I'll always be here. It's the least I can do. So, given the events going on in the world, I think this is a pretty cool issue that we have Batman, talking about how he'll also face the problems going on in the world. I think that's really cool. If I had to, give one criticism for this story, it would probably be when he says, the villains I know that I face endlessly year after year, they'll use this. They'll plot, it's just a matter of time. I don't really like that because, I love superheroes, right? But as much as it would be awesome if, Batman existed, he is a fictional character. So are his villains. But this is a real serious problem in the world, and kind of fictionalizing it in the sense like Batman's enemies will somehow use this. I don't know. Maybe some people don't have a problem with that, but I just feel like it's a very serious topic, and I'm kind of just saying like, oh, the Joker's gonna somehow use this. I just personally don't love that idea of that, but like, while I think it's cool that to have a Batman issue about this, kind of sound like Batman will always be there no matter what happens. But just that one line where it says like his villains will somehow use it. That's not my favorite part of the book. Uh, so that would be like the one thing that I didn't necessarily love about this issue. Next up, we have First Flight. Now, First Flight is very interesting because I had no idea that ninja man bats for the League of Assassins existed, but there you go. And they invade the Batcave. Batman fights them. Talia shows up. She helps him, and they end up with Swamp Thing, and they help Swamp Thing guard the rainforest. Next, I have a little something in my book here. It's like, okay, that's weird. Next up is, so I actually forgot to mention earlier, there is this weird one thing where it says, Alfred comes in the Batplane to help Bruce, and he says, Master Bruce, I'm so sorry they invaded the cave before I could warn you. And then Bruce asks, are you alright? And for the moment, please be careful, and he moves on, but, like, he looks very, like, his left eye looks weird, so I don't know if he got attacked by the Ninja Man Bats. And later on, he's talking to Talia, he says, no, but I have a friend who might be willing. I'll contact him, after we help Alfred, of course. And he says, much appreciated, sir. And it looks like his hands might be tied together behind his back, and he's, like, in the bat plane, and his face is, like, smushed up against one. It's really weird. I don't know what happened to Alfred there. But, yeah, so next up, we got, so I said before that the, kind of COVID-19 issue, I guess you could call it, or sorry, story. I keep saying issue. Sorry. That story was the weirdest. This one's probably actually the weirdest. So, the writer and artist are the same. I don't have any problem with the art. It's a different type of artistic choice, but I wouldn't say it's bad. But in her bio, Emily Rios, I believe is how you pronounce her name. I saw it somewhere. Hold on. Is there something about? Sorry, give me a second to find this. I'm doing this like live, so not live, but I'm recording this as I'm looking at the book. But I did see. Yeah, okay. Lingering in the reader's mind long after they've put the book down, the hauntingly beautiful work of Emma Rios is a kind of visual poetry. I definitely think that is true for the story, but in my opinion, Batman shouldn't be in poetry. Batman isn't, poetry. Yes, he's in storytelling. I'm not saying you can't have this metaphoric, is that a word? I don't know. This kind of, metaphor galore type way of writing Batman, but I just don't really. This is probably my least favorite story out of the bunch. I don't dislike it. It's just not my cup of tea. It's him basically the way I read it is like his mental transition from becoming just the boy of Bruce Wayne until finally at the end he's slowly becoming Batman, and it does fit. If like probably my favorite thing about this story, I say issue, but I stopped myself. Best thing about the story would be that the black and white art style, because going into this book I was really excited because it's kind of like, all the best, artists, best writers, all coming together and writing, an anthology Batman series, and it's a great idea. I just don't get why they need to do it in black and white. I think it would have been cooler to just do it in color. I don't see the purpose to doing it in black and white. This story I think really fit with the black and white aspect more than any of them. So, or aspect, but nice aspect, yeah, better than any of them. So if I had to give the one biggest piece of credit to this story, it would be or yeah, the story, it would be that the black and white um color palette really works well with this. The fifth and final one is Metamorphosis. Now, it is probably my second favorite. Yeah, I'd say second favorite out of the bunch after the first one, because I just love how it's told from the League of Assassins guys' POV, and then probably second favorite, this one, Metamorphosis, then First Flight. First Flight was just such a fun one. All the other ones kind of have like a deeper meaning to them, you could kind of say, but not Metamorphosis. First Flight was just a fun one, and then Wait is what I'm just gonna call it, but Gotham Purveyor Fine Books, if you want to call it that one. I have no idea what the name was. They don't really have very distinct, or all of them I'd say, except for Wait, do actually have an distinct name. A distinct title, please. I was gonna say the Demon's Fist didn't, but actually yes, it does. But yeah, it's on the last page, but I'm digressing here. So, but Metamorphosis. Oh, sorry, it wasn't done ranking yet. So yeah, fifth favorite would be Sisyphus, the black and white one. Then I'll just call it Wait, and then First Flight, then Metamorphosis, and then the Demon's Fist. So back to Metamorphosis. This one is really weird. In the solicitations, they said it's Batman's most strange encounter with Killer Croc yet, and that's so true. So what it is, I'll say the beginning. I'll just read you kind of the first panel. It's Batman caption. They say he's in there with a dead cop and one kidnapped girl. No movement, no noise. I always think, maybe this is going to be the time I get there. Too late. Next panel. It takes time to work in darkness. Third panel. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. But sometimes not fast enough. Tell me what you think of my Batman voice, by the way. Next panel is just him looking into the room. Next panel after that. It's warmer inside. Lived in. Not what I was expecting. I know instantly that I've miscalculated something. That was in the next panel. And then you hear someone also in that panel saying, "Oh, I want to linger with you." Next panel, I don't know what the tune is, so next panel, it troubles me that I don't know what. Well, the light fades away. I don't know what the tune is, but it's same for the singing. And that was in the next panel. And then the next panel, and only you and I remain. And the next panel, and in that panel, Batman's looking. So throughout all this, he's been, coming through the window, walking downstairs. Yeah, he sees the kidnapped girl. He, puts his finger up to his lips, a quiet noise, and then he says, "Where is he?" Like he whispers to her, and then she says, "In the kitchen." She's kind of stumbling, because she's nervous, right? And you're figuring, oh, there's a kidnapper, right? And there's a bit of a plot twist in a little bit. I'm not gonna spoil. Yeah, I won't spoil it. And then you see the dead cop, and then he says, "Stay here, stay quiet. When the fighting starts, you get down and stay down until I come for you. Understand?" And then the next panel is confusing because you see her looking at him. She's still sitting in the chair, but it's confusing because we don't know if she nodded her head or shook her head or what. But then he just walks away, and then from in the kitchen, it says, "Melanie, did you say something?" It says, "Oh, I want to linger with you." Oh, never mind. Someone's not saying that's like the radio playing or something. Uh, and then we see the back of the person who we already knew from solicitations as Killer Croc. It says, "Food's almost ready, huh?" And then Batman's there, and it says, "Till the final refrain is you. It's always you." And then he dodges his. Croc tries to punch him, and he dodges. His whack. He elbows Killer Croc, and the next says, "Enough, Waylon. you and I both know how this ends, how it always ends. And Waylon charges at him again. He dodges it. His face slams into the wall. Are you done? Because we can. Clang. There it is. This thing I miscalculated. And I'm not going to spoil what it is. Most of you can probably guess, but uh, it's a pretty depressing issue because at the end, Killer Croc saying stuff like, "You get to take off your cowl at the end of the day, and be a man. What do I get, huh? What do I get?" And then Batman saying he gets the first part right. I can take off the cowl. He's wrong about the second part, though. He's wrong about what lies underneath, and this has more impact because of what just happened to Croc. Well, I'm not going to spoil it, though, because I think this one, all the other ones you can spoil. I mean, there isn't really anything to spoil. I guess Wait kind of has a spoil at the end. You learn what he's talking about and referring to when he talks about this new threat. But this one actually has like a pretty big plot twist. It would be Killer Croc, but at least I personally already knew that from the solicitation. So there you go. And yeah, so we get a preview of the next story. Tom King and Mike Gerard. So Tom King, I know, is a writer. I don't know Mike Gerard's, David Aja, Dustin Weaver. Sorry if I pronounced any of these names incorrectly. Sophie Campbell, Gabriel Hardman, and Corina Becco, I think is how you might pronounce that. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I don't know who of those are writers and artists other than Tom King. I think Mike George might be a writer, but I could be wrong on that. And then we get 5 panels previewing stories. There's 5 in here. I'm assuming there'll be 5 each issue. And the first one's Batman's face. The second one, Batman's like examining something. Look like in the Batcave, kind of in like a place of, what would you call it? Like a laboratory, sciencey place. He has a microscope and stuff. The third one is Batman and is cool, has this yellow oval suit, which is cool. And then the fourth one is Catwoman holding a diamond. I'm assuming Tom King's writing the one with Catwoman because that's kind of his thing when writing Batman as Catwoman. And then we also have, in the third one, looks like Joker, someone smiling, has like a grappling hook of some kind. So that's all going to be cool to see. And yeah, that's the book. So I talked about the stories and I ranked them, but I didn't really talk about the art. So let me see. So for issue, actually, I just look at the table of contents type thing. So for oh yeah, let's first talk about the covers. So the cover one I got, I mean, by the time I went, I wanted to get this for a week. I didn't have time to go until yesterday, I believe it was. And they only had 2 copies of this left, and it was just the main cover by Greg Capullo, which I'm fine with, because I was gonna get this one anyways. But the J.H. Williams III, his variant cover I liked, and the Talia al Ghul Peach Momoko, I believe is how you pronounce her name. I didn't really care for that Talia cover, but it wasn't bad. It was just I didn't really care for it. But I had to get Greg Capullo's cover. For issue 2, again, I'm probably just going to get the main cover, and then issue 3, I forget what the covers look like. I forget what they look like also for issue 2. I just remember I was looking at them, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get the main one. But, so that's my thoughts on the covers. And then, so The Demon's Fist was written by James Tynion, however you want to pronounce his name, The Forest. Illustrated by Tradd Moore, lettered by Clayton Cowles. Again, sorry if I mispronounced anything. Wait, written and illustrated by J.H. Williams III. I really actually liked his art on that one. Lettered by Todd Klein. Metamorphosis. Again, I don't know why they have this out of order, but written by G. Willow Wilson. Illustrated by Greg Smallwood. Lettered by Clem Robbins. Sisyphus. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. Written and illustrated by Emma Rios. I'm sorry if I said Emily Rios earlier. I think I might have. No, Emma Rios. Lettered by Steve Wands. And then First Flight. Written by Paul Dini. Illustrated by Andy Kubert. Lettered by Rob Lay. I believe I pronounced his name. Okay, yeah. So there you go with that. Now, time to give my thoughts and everything. So, The Demon's Fist, I said earlier, I like the art. I think it's a little bit confusing. Tradd Moore, I was so hyped at first because I saw in the solicitations, oh, Travis Moore. because I love Travis Moore's art. This was actually Trad Moore, and not to say I dislike his art. I mean, he's no Travis Moore, but I don't dislike his art. But again, that one panel just really is like, where is Batman's cape, man? Where is it? Yeah, I like his art overall. Then the next one, is kind of hard to talk about because it's J.H. Williams III, and for the most part, it's his art. Well, actually, even is it? I don't know because what else? What else there is? What also there is other people's art as well. For example, a big one I'm pretty sure is Jock's art from the Black Mirror. It's either that or it's Greg Capullo's art from the Court of Owls. It's a picture of Jim Gordon's face. I think it's Jock's from the Black Mirror, but I specifically see that right there. Um, I see Batman fighting Zaz, which it might be from Nightfall, but I'm not sure. But it like there's a lot of kind of like pictures of Batman like talking about the villains he's faced and stuff like that. There's looks like an anime Batman the animated series fighting. Oh, that's Clayface that's fighting. So yeah, I don't think it's all J.H. Williams the third's art. But obviously some of it is. So I like it overall. The next one, Andy Kubert is the artist. I liked it. Not really much to say about it. It's still confusing about what was going on with Alfred there. Emma Rios. I'm not having trouble with her last name. It's her first name. So Emma Rios. Again, this was my least favorite issue, but my favorite part about it was the art. I don't think it fits Batman at all, but it was nice and pleasant to look at, and it definitely fit with the black and white color scheme. So I did like it. I thought it was good. And then lastly but not leastly, we have Greg Smallwood on Metamorphosis. I really liked his art throughout this. I want to see more of his art. He might have been my favorite artist. Him or J.H. Williams III being my favorite artist uh, out of this issue. So yeah, there you go. Um, Thoughts overall. So first, would I recommend this book? Yes, I would. It's a little bit more It is prestige format, so no ads throughout it. A bigger book, so it's $6 rather than 4. Um, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Sorry, again, I'm having a hard time thinking right now. So it's $6 instead of 4. It's bigger. You got 48 pages, and it has a nice spine too. Originally, I was gonna just plan on keeping this somewhere else, but it actually fit in pretty well with my trade paperbacks because it says, on the spine, actually it says Batman Black and White issue 1 DC Comics. So it does have a spine, so if you want to put this with like trade paperback, especially all 6 issues next to each other, would look really cool. So yes, would I recommend this book? Yeah. Which cover would I recommend getting? J.H. Williams III or the Greg Capullo cover. J.H. Williams III variant. Greg Capullo's the main one. I personally got Greg Capullo's art, but I think either one is fine. You can get the Peach Momoko one if you like it, but Talia only appeared in one of the issues. I just don't. And it also says, it's weird, it says villain variant covered by Peach Momoko, but she's not really the villain of that issue, so I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, so yes, recommend this issue. I was really, really hyped for this series personally. Uh, it is probably not my most anticipated thing ever, but definitely pretty dang anticipated. I would recommend this, of course, once again, to everyone. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I gotta say about Batman Black and White issue number 1. So, I have some time left to record right now, so I might as well also kind of just update you on all the Batman news going on lately. So, a lot of people thought Luke Fox was going to be the DC Future State Batman. It's actually going to be Tim Fox, who I didn't even know was a character, but it's still Lucius Fox's son, but it's a different son. So that's cool. That's gonna be interesting. There's gonna be, I think, 4 issues of this. Also 4 issues of Dark Detective. The only one I'll probably be picking up, if any of them at all, as it comes out, is Nightwing and maybe Teen Titans. But the great thing with Nightwing is it's only 2 issues, whereas Batman and Dark Detective are 4. So it'll just be easier. Like there might be one that comes in, like a trade paperback that includes both of those series. So yeah, overall future state, we've just gotten a lot of news lately, recently, so I just kind of didn't think it was enough to do a video on, but I did want to kind of run through it. I'm not really excited for this at all. I never really was, to be honest. I know some people are. I personally do not fall in that category. This is a great jumping on point for DC readers. Do I think that? No, not at all. Rebirth was a great jumping on point. New 52 even was, but this is a jump forward into the future. I don't really know why they're doing this. The last thing they did like this was Future's End, which I don't really think anyone liked. So why are you doing this again? Granted, this is different than Future's End. I think right now it might be canon, but I'm just gonna say it's out of canon because you already know this isn't gonna be a feature. They're not gonna straight up say all this stuff is canon. Like for example, Wonder Woman being at the end of time. I think that's the dumbest, not dumbest thing ever, but why are you gonna tell us the end of time of the DC universe? I personally, I'm interested in it, but I just wish they didn't do that. We should be focused on the present right now. We just had some cool stuff with Batman, like Joker War. Now we're gonna have a bit more of a low tech Batman. It's gonna be interesting to see how that happens. Nightwing literally just came back, and this is launching in what, January, February, March, somewhere in that range. Granted, it is only 2 months. The future state, and then I don't know what's gonna happen after that. Maybe they're going back to Rebirth. Maybe they're gonna do another relaunch. I'm thinking they're just gonna go back to Rebirth, or they might like renumber stuff, but they're not gonna have like a big crisis event or anything like that. I don't think, but they're also not gonna just go back to normal. I think something is kind of gonna happen. Um, but yeah, I just have no idea why they're doing Future State. No one asked for this. People were enjoying DC Rebirth from what I've heard. Maybe some people were saying they didn't like what was going on. I mean, yeah, we had the stuff with Nightwing going on. I know some people didn't like the Superman run, but now Nightwing's back. We're getting a new writer on Superman. So what's going on right now, right? We just got a new writer on Batman. All this like stuff, a bunch of stuff just happened, and they're just going in with Future State. So I really hope they bring back Rebirth afterwards, no matter what they do. If they want to have a crisis event or whatever after Future State, there's one thing that needs to happen. Leave Nightwing's outfit the same. Nightwing's outfit in Rebirth looks so cool. It's not even funny. It's the best Nightwing outfit by far. I don't really care for the red, so the Nightwing New 52 suit was just meh, but his Rebirth suit is amazing. The only part I don't care for is like on the shins, where it has like those black kind of like spikes, or like the blue spikes. I don't really care for the shin area, but like the gloves with the blue on the knuckles and the blue on the inside of the hands, the symbol, oh, it just looks so good. But yeah, so if you don't do, you can just kill off all your characters, even Nightwing, but just have a statue. Shows up in every single Batman issue. Well, actually, that would be never mind. But you get what I'm saying, right? Keep that Nightwing outfit. I don't care what you do. You can make Nightwing a murderer, villain. I don't care. Just keep that outfit. That was a joke, DC. Please don't do that. But yeah. So there you go. That's kind of all the future state news, or some of it at least. Again, I don't really want to go too in depth with this. I mean, I don't even completely understand what they're doing with future state. I don't even know if it's canon. It probably is a kind of canon, but what what I find really silly about this is that I said it earlier. Nobody asked for this, so if they had this going on as kind of an event, but they still had the other books going, I wouldn't necessarily like it, but it would be meh. But no, 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 no. Instead, my friends, what we're going to do is we're going to have this entire thing that I don't really think anyone wanted or wants or want. I don't know. Yeah, it would be wants or wanted, right? Uh, yeah, no one wants this. No one wanted this. As far as I know, maybe like 5 people did. People are enjoying Rebirth, as far as I know, so I don't know why they stopped. But yeah, so that's my opinion on this future state nonsense. My opinion on Batman Black and White, and thanks for watching this really long video. Thank you if you stayed all the way through. Thank you if you watched part of it. Thank you if you skipped ahead. Thank you if you were here live. Again, I hope I'm recording this obviously before it comes out. So when it's premiering, I'll try to be in the chat. I might not be there the entire time, but I'll definitely be there when it starts. So 10 minutes at least I'll be in the chat. Hopefully I'll be there for the entire time, but I might not be. I mean, it's over half an hour long. I might trim some stuff out and stuff, but yes, I hope you liked the video. Um, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe if you want to see reviews for the rest of the series, because I definitely plan on doing that. I might wait until it's all done to review it, but I said it's fine. Just reviewing one issue at a time. Because, I mean, if this video is half an hour long, how long is a video where I review all of them at once going to be, right? So, yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I didn't finish my thought earlier. This video is all over the place. I'm so sorry. If you're here in like the first 10 minutes or so of the premiere, I'll try to be able to answer any of your questions in the chat. If something I said was confusing in the video, I'll try to clear it up with you. It's easier, of course, to talk than to type to explain stuff. I know, at least from my experience, but there you go. So, thank you to everyone who watched. Please leave a like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe if you want to see the rest of the reviews for the rest of the series, and see you in the next one. I just did like a salute, but you can't see me, but I did it. Trust me, believe me, please don't leave me, spy.